All right. Welcome to the Relentless Networking Showcase. I'm Nicole Safely, and I have Oriola here today with us, and we're going to dive into a little bit of his background and really a new entrant into the tech space. So excited to have you with us, Oriola. And I will tell you guys, he has graduated from the University of Lagos, Nigeria. He studied industrial mathematics and data analysis. Okay, so like lots of numbers and things that do not jive with me. He's been pursuing this long before he was admitted to the university. And since graduating, he's been self-learning and getting a lot of guidance from mentors. He's got 3 years of experience in data analysis and has been able to do internships in 3 different companies, showing his consistency and hard work to accomplish them. And he's also getting certified in this space as well. Some of his strengths are in leadership, coaching, communication across international boundaries, and is very open to meeting new people. He's got obviously the background in data analysis, and he's open to talking about that, mathematics, Python, and Excel. So welcome to the showcase, Oriola. Just tell me a little bit about your background. What makes you passionate about numbers and data? How'd you get into this space?
Thank you very much. I'm so happy to be here. So I'll just get straight to the point. Mathematics, as when I was actually very young, when I was in primary school, literally I was thinking English was my best subject, but until I was like, okay, I can speak English, but I find it difficult to compose a letter. So
okay.
Then I was like, okay, I don't think this is my best. I think I have to deal with numbers. So then along the line, I don't know. I didn't even know how I became so good with numbers, because when I started having exams, I started saying, okay, I think I'm getting to get more scores like in maths than every other subject. So with time, I had interest in mathematics, and I started like taking, I think math was one thing I got to discover, that if I get to pick it, I get to solve. I can solve maths 2-3 hours sitting down, but when I get to take my biology textbooks to read, like 20 minutes, I'm asleep. So I think I found it easy going with numbers, because I think everything for me, I would say for me, everything in the world is all about numbers. It's just that we don't get to know. Sometimes the way we get to sit, the way we get to stay, the way we get to do some of these things, there are some angles we get to make use of, but we don't know. We just do it normally. But everything I would say in life deals with numbers, mathematics as a whole. So
even in my work, so we use the Fibonacci sequence to estimate our work, and looking at how that shows up in nature. Nature is based on mathematics, right? Is based on numbers, and it's interesting. And numbers don't lie. Words do, but numbers don't lie, right?
Yeah.
Tell me, you said you are very good at working across international boundaries. What languages do you speak?
I speak English. I think fluent, just English, because I think the last time I had internship with a company, that was a new doctor. It was mainly Philippines that were there.
Okay.
So I was like, God, I'm here. How do I get to communicate with these people? But although I know some of them understood English, and with time I started like, okay, could you just chip in some of your language? Like just say something. I'll just get to pick one and after the other. But I speak English, just English. Very good.
Yeah. So you did an internship in the Philippines. Where else? What other companies were you working with? What kind of opportunities did you have in your internships? What did you do?
Okay, so I'll say that was the first company I worked with. That was New Doctor. At that time I was like, okay, I'm getting to work with him. What am I going to meet? How is it going to look like? And it's more like it's remote. So when I got to start working with them, I had to look at the environment, look at how everything was going. Okay, how are they going with their tasks? How are they doing some of the things they are doing, And with time, I got to meet some people, and I was able to ask questions. I was able to ask how they want, like, how things go around. So with time, I saw, and one big thing that was actually very, very surprising for me was the time zone. It was wow. It was more like 7 hours difference. And I
Oh,
was
okay.
like, yeah.
Mhm.
So sometimes when they are 9 a.m. at their side, and it's more like 2 a.m. here. And I was like, how do I get to cope with that? And I'm supposed to start with them 9 a.m. Which so with time I was like, okay, you if you actually want to get successful in something, like you want to be have success in something, you literally have to go through a particular process. So sometimes you don't have to allow your time zone or some things to actually inconvenience how you get to do something. So I scheduled my time. So most time I get to wake up by 3 a.m., 4 a.m. at my time zone here, and I get to work with them. So by the time I started, I saw that okay, I was literally the only Nigerian at that
Uh-huh.
in that department that was
Yeah.
always awake at that time. With time, I became a group leader. They saw my consistency and they saw how I am punctual to work, irrespective of the time zone. And it
Yeah.
was so sweet because at first, like I said, I work with Microsoft Excel. So I was introduced to Google Sheets because we have Google Sheets there too. So that was where I was able to like, oh, so we have Google Sheets and it could do something similar with Excel. Then I knew about smart sections. We could work, like we could have numerous numbers of people, like numerous people working together on a particular
Right.
spreadsheet. And
Collaborating. Uh-huh.
yes, yes. So we were able to do that. And with time, I was offered the position to be an assistant team leader. Then I was like,
An
oh, this is
assistant team leader.
yes. So then I was
Yeah.
like, wow, this is a big one for me. Then before I became a team leader. So I was more like the first person from my country to be a team leader and a team leader to a particular time zone that is different from mine. So I knew I had more responsibility with me. So, but it was really, really nice because I learned, I was able to put my tools to work as a data analyst and it was very, very fantastic.
Awesome. There's one thing that I pulled out of that. And if you told me I had to go to work at 2 o'clock in the morning, I probably wouldn't be so excited. But you said I got to. And, that speaks volumes about your dedication. I got to work with them at 4 a.m. or whatever. That's awesome. And probably why you ended up in a leadership position, even in your internships. What do you feel like the biggest strengths are that you bring to a team?
I think the biggest is collaboration, teamwork. I love teamwork. Sometimes I remember when I go to church and there's this stuff we say at church that okay, when two or more are gathered, there is the presence of the Lord. So like most times we just say, okay, if one can kill 1,000, then two can kill 10,000. So obviously we're saying that when we have 2 to 3, 4 people working together, some
Mhm.
things we can achieve in 4 3 hours, we can actually achieve it in just an hour because
Yeah.
I love teamwork because everybody's idea is not useless. You bring up a particular idea, we see how we can merge everything together and boom, we achieve something. So teamwork is one big thing for me. And consistency, hard work, because they really pay. They really pay. I keep saying it to myself. Before you can actually achieve something, you must actually go through a process. And
Yes.
if you don't go through that process, forget it. You might not really get to that level you want, but teamwork, consistency, hard work is one big thing I feel. And you know, as a team leader, I love to carry everybody along, have a friendly environment. I don't have to be a leader, then I'll be all aggressive. No, everybody has to feel equal and all like that.
Yeah, the collaboration and bringing people together versus being the one out in front. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
love it. So what kind of opportunities are you looking for? And you can talk about the position and then tell me a little bit about the kind of company. What's most important for you in the company that you join?
Okay, so in the company I join, what most important for me is able to solve problems. Like I said, like I'll say, mathematician, there are some things we actually get to put in mind. As a mathematician, you have to be able to solve problem because in everything you do, sometimes there's a particular problem there, and you don't have to sit down with a problem, not seeing it. You have to solve it. So, at a particular company or any company I want to get to like work with or something, I feel the main thing is you are making me your data analyst in your companies because you have something you want me to get for you, which is solve a particular problem that is actually making the company slack behind. And as data analysts, we get to actually get to perform some type of analysis, or like descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, prescriptive, where you get to have, okay, for this week or for this month, this is the monthly sales we have. We want you to help us tell us how do we have a profit? Do we have a loss? That would be like descriptive. Then diagnostic, you are trying to figure out with what you just did, the analysis you just did for us. How can you compare? What do you think can help us solve this place we're having a slack or a leak or something? Then, from there we can compare and try to, okay, this is what is going on. This is how we can solve it. Then we predict. And these days now, the world is moving to the world of machine
Predictive.
learning.
Yes,
Yes, you have to be
machine
able to
learning.
predict. Yes.
Mhm.
So we'll be able to predict and, okay, what if we take this step? Look at the formal this analysis we had. What if we take this step, and what do you think? It might help us from the particular trend analysis we've done or something to get a particular trend or something, Then prescriptive, you now start, okay, let's get out to this, let's reach out to this person and say, okay, I think we've been able to predict this. This is what we should do, give that action. And
Mhm.
so I feel as a data analyst, you have to be able to help the company grow. You help them
Yes.
grow, you make them, as a data analyst, you are predicting. And if you are predicting, you have to make sure it's something that has to affect the company positively. So you have to make sure you are on top of your game, and you have to help them grow. Helping them grow is you making them get out there and they're like, yes, they made the right choice by going into what you predicted for them. So I'll
Yeah.
say,
I love it. I love it. So on a totally different side, like what do you like to do for fun at home in Nigeria?
oh, for fun at home. I think I like to watch football too. I like
You
to watch football. I like
football
to
being
sing.
football, soccer, right? Not
Yeah,
football, football, right?
yeah, soccer. Then I like to sing. I like to dance. Yeah, I love to sing. I love to dance too. And I like to do stuff. And there's one thing I really like to do, but I've not done it. I like to go camping. Like you go camping.
Camping.
Yes, see the rest of the world, how beautiful and everything. But with the way everything is, you just have to, like I said, there's a process. So we get to do. Those are things I like to do. Like I like to solve maths. I love maths. That's my big. I love numbers. I think there was one time I like calculus. I was like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going. Sometimes when you get to do something, you get to like, you'll be like, oh yeah, I can be very good. So I love to do
Yeah.
those things.
Awesome. What's the last book that you read?
A Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warrior.
Uh-huh. Rick Warren.
Rick
Yeah.
Warrior. Yes,
A
Warrior.
Purpose-Driven Life. That was
Yes.
probably one of the first books that I read, and I got the journal, and that it's very impactful. We talk about
Yes.
here work by design, and using that, understanding what your purpose is, and then aligning the work to that. I love
Yes.
that is where you're at in your head, because so important. And as a young man, being able to understand what your purpose is, or have it evolve, it will probably change, but having that grounding so that your work is aligned to that really is very powerful. Thank you for sharing. Is there anything else you want to share that I didn't ask you about?
You want me to? Okay, you want to ask about?
Is there
I didn't
anything
get that.
else that you would share that I didn't ask you?
No, it's fine. Like I was saying, the questions were, and I really really enjoyed this, and nothing more, nothing more. It's fine, nothing more.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
Well, thanks so much for being here. It was great to get to know you a little bit.
yeah. Thank you.
All right.